The words hung in the air like smoke from a dying fire, thick and choking. Sarah stood there in the doorway, her keys still dangling from her fingers, her coat half slipped off one shoulder. The hallway light cast shadows across her face, making her eyes look hollow, like she'd been caught in a storm she never saw coming. Or maybe she had. My heart hammered in my chest, a wild thing trying to break free, but I forced myself to stay calm, leaning against the kitchen counter as if this were just another evening chat. But it wasn't. God, it wasn't. She laughed then, a short, brittle sound that shattered the silence. Derek? From work? What are you talking about, Mark? Her voice pitched higher than usual, the way it did when she was hiding something small, like burning dinner or forgetting to pay a bill. But this wasn't small. I could see it in the way her hand trembled as she set her purse down, the way her gaze darted to the floor instead of meeting mine. We'd been married 12 years, and I knew her tells better than my own reflection. It started 3 months ago, or at least that's when I first noticed the cracks. Sarah had always been the organized one, the planner in our chaotic life. Me, I was the dreamer, working freelance graphic design from home while she climbed the ladder at her marketing firm. Lately, though, she'd been distant, her phone buzzing more than usual during dinner. Just work, she'd say with a smile, tucking it away. I'd nod, kiss her forehead, and push down the nagging doubt. After all, trust was the foundation we'd built everything on. Or so I thought. One evening, as she showered after a late meeting, her phone lit up on the nightstand. A text from D. Can't stop thinking about last night. See you tomorrow? My stomach dropped, a cold wave crashing over me. I stared at the screen, denial flooding in like a tide. It could be anyone, Derek from accounting, maybe a client. But why the single initial? Why the intimacy in those words? I didn't snoop further. I couldn't. Instead, I put the phone back and lay in bed, pretending to sleep when she slipped under the covers. Her skin smelled like hotel soap, not her usual lavender. I told myself it was nothing. The next day, suspicion gnawed at me like a persistent itch. I tried to focus on my designs, but my mind wandered. Sarah had been happier lately, glowing even. New lingerie in her drawer, the kind she hadn't worn for me in years. For us, she'd said with a wink when I asked. But our nights together had grown routine, mechanical. I loved her fiercely, the way you love someone who's been your anchor through job losses and family deaths. She was my best friend, the woman who'd laughed with me over burnt pancakes on our honeymoon. How could that change? I started paying attention. Small things. Her laughter at inside jokes she wouldn't share, the way she'd angle her screen away when texting. Once, I overheard a phone call in the garage. Her voice low, affectionate. I miss you too, she whispered. When she came back inside, I asked casually, who was that? Oh, just Mom, she replied too quickly. Her mom, who lived 3 states away and hated late-night calls. Anger flickered then, hot and unfamiliar, but I swallowed it. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe our marriage was just in a rut. Weeks blurred into a haze of quiet observation. I found a receipt in her coat pocket for a dinner at that Italian place downtown, 2 entrees, wine. She told me she was working late that night, eating at her desk. My chest tightened as I crumpled the paper, denial cracking under the weight of evidence. I confronted her that evening, but gently. You've been distant. Is everything okay at work? She sighed, pulling me into a hug. It's stressful, babe. That's all. Her embrace felt genuine, warm. I wanted to believe her so badly it hurt. But the clues piled up, each one a dagger twist. A hotel key card in her glove compartment. From a conference, she explained. Lipstick on a shirt collar that wasn't mine, hidden in the laundry. And then the email. I'd logged into our shared account for bills and saw it. A message from Derek.Hayes@fern.com. Subject us. I didn't open it. The betrayal was already a living thing inside me, coiling around my heart. Heartbreak washed over me in waves. Nights spent staring at the ceiling, wondering where I'd failed. Was I not enough? Had our love faded without me noticing? Anger came next, simmering beneath the surface. I imagined Derek, tall, charming, the guy she'd mentioned in passing as helpful on projects. I pictured them together, laughing at secrets I wasn't part of. The thought made me sick. I resisted the urge to lash out, to demand answers. Instead, I waited, gathering my shattered trust like broken glass, cutting myself on the edges. Tonight, it all boiled over. She come home late again, smelling faintly of cologne that wasn't mine. I couldn't pretend anymore. As she froze in the doorway, her face paling, I pressed on. I saw the text, Sarah, the receipts, the emails. Don't lie to me. She collapsed onto the couch, burying her face in her hands. Mark, it's not what you think. But her voice broke, and tears streamed down her cheeks. Okay, it is, but I didn't mean for it to happen. Derek, he listened when things got tough. You were always working, buried in your designs. I felt alone. Her words hit like punches. Alone? I've been right here, loving her through everything. So you cheated because I was working to support us? Anger surged, my voice rising. 12 years, Sarah. We built a life. She sobbed, reaching for me, but I pulled away. I love you, Mark. I do. Derek was a mistake. Excitement. But it's over. Please. Denial shattered fully then, leaving raw heartbreak. I paced the room, memories flashing. Our wedding vows, lazy Sundays, the miscarriage we'd grieved together. How could she throw it away? Trust collapsed like a house of cards, irreparable. Do you love him? I repeated, quieter now, the question of plea. She hesitated, and that pause said everything. No, not like I love you. But her eyes betrayed her, guilt mixed with longing. I sank into a chair, the weight of it all crushing me. In the end, we talked through the night, voices raw from accusations and apologies. She confessed the affair had lasted 2 months, born from late nights and shared frustrations. Her motivations? Loneliness, the thrill of feeling desired again. Understandable in a twisted way. I'd been distant too, lost in my own world. But pain doesn't excuse betrayal. By dawn, we decided to separate. Not divorce, not yet. Space to heal, or maybe realize it was over. As she packed a bag, tears in her eyes, I felt a hollow closure. The man who'd loved her unconditionally was gone, replaced by someone wiser, scarred. Walking her to the door, I whispered, I hope you find what you're looking for. She nodded, frozen again, then left. The house echoed with emptiness, but in that silence, reflection bloomed. Love isn't unbreakable. It's fragile, demanding vigilance. And sometimes, uncovering the truth means letting go.